At the current prices, I've decided to buy more Moonbeam. Welcome back to Bearman Crypto, where we talk all things crypto. The market is now looking super bullish. Things are pumping. Bitcoin is over 24k, and I'm now looking at projects that I can start and continue reaccumulating. And the one I'm specifically looking at today is specifically Moonbeam. This is one of my top projects. It was one of the top winners in the Polkadot parachains, which took place at the end of 2021. And since then, obviously, we hit a bear market. So some of these parachains really haven't had the chance to show what they're really all about. And I think Moonbeam is going to be one of those that is going to be leading the way as we go into the next bull cycle. So we can see here at the moment, Moonbeam is currently ranked 162 on CoinGecko, and the price as of today, at the time of recording, is sitting at about 46 cents. In terms of circulating supply, we've got 576 million out of a max supply, out of a total supply, of just over a billion. We've obviously got, there's no max supply. That's because this is an inflationary token, which has an inflationary rate of around about 5%. But in my mind, that does not necessarily make a difference in terms of the overall price. And we can see over the last 24 hours, it's only up 4%, and over the last 14 days, 4%, and over the last 30 days, just shy of 15%. So if you recall, over the last, I don't know, call it last month or so, everything else had been pumping massively, and Moonbeam is one of those that didn't necessarily get that pump, which is why I've decided at the current price to accumulate more Moonbeam. Given how the market is looking particularly bullish at this point in time, I think it's one of those, we may never see these prices again, but who knows. I am not a financial advisor, of course, and I'm not an expert, but this is just my hunch that this is definitely a good position to start to reaccumulate some of my Moonbeam tokens. And what I'm doing is I'm reaccumulating these and staking them. So Moonbeam now have a new staking dashboard that has recently gone live. It's if you already have any Moonbeam, you can see that it's different to the one that they had previously. It's more user friendly from what I've seen so far. It basically shows you the rewards that you're earning on a daily basis. You can see all the other tokens that you might have staked as well in terms of their value and balances. So it's definitely more user friendly than the other one. And they've now also added a functionality basically to be able to compound your staking rewards, which is pretty handy. So rather than going straight into the wallet, you can compound them so that they just go back into staking as well. So this is this is a good update on their system, and they've obviously got a new website as well, or an updated website to show their collators. So collators are the people that obviously you delegate your tokens to if you want to stake. You can see all the different ones here, and along the right hand side here, far end, you can see basically what percentage APR each collator is paying. Some of these percentages, these APRs have definitely come down from what it was a few months ago. So a few months ago, these were paying out 15%, 20%. So obviously now people are now starting to wake up to Moonbeam. More people are starting to delegate their tokens, and obviously you can see there is therefore then competition, and the APRs start to drop off because obviously there's a greater number of people starting to look to stake their Moonbeam tokens. And also, one thing to have a look at, there's this nice dashboard which has basically been built by some of the community enthusiasts, and they've basically just trying to just demonstrate what level of activity is happening on Moonbeam. You can see there's over 2 million addresses, which is broken down by externally owned addresses, which is about 734,000, and 1.3 million are contract addresses. And you can see how so this is basically the start of 2022, not a lot of addresses, and then now all of a sudden you're seeing a spike in these contract addresses. So there's a lot of activity happening on the network, and it's literally growing. This just gives you an idea of the level of development happening on Moonbeam. You can also see here in terms of daily active users. You can see here that's again split out basically by externally owned addresses and contract addresses. So the green is the externally owned addresses and the purple is the contract addresses. So plenty of activity that's happening on the Moonbeam network, which makes me again super bullish about why it's a good idea to maybe potentially start to look to accumulate some Moonbeam tokens. And if we have a look, just a quick look to finish off with some of the projects that are basically building on Moonbeam. So you've got Moonwell, Stellar Swap. Stellar Swap is one that I've looked at previously. This is another DEX that I'm bullish about. You've got Lido, which is absolutely huge for staking, particularly as one of the narratives potentially we're looking at this year is around DeFi. Lido will be one of those that will be leading the way in that area. You've got Beam Swap, another one that I've looked at, and you've got Curve Finance, again another DeFi protocol there. You've got Beefy Finance, another big one there. You've got MetaMask, they're doing some work specifically with Moonbeam. You've got Ledger. So a lot of big names are specifically using the Moonbeam ecosystem. So hence why in that last little those last little KPIs I showed you, this is why the amount of contract addresses is growing massively on Moonbeam, and this might be a good opportunity to start accumulating some of those tokens, and you can earn passive income by staking your Moonbeam tokens. And if we just have a quick look at the price action and just see, so from a trading view perspective, you can see here we're currently at 46 cents. As of just probably the last day or so, we had literally been trading below the 200-day moving average. So once we cross over that 200-day moving average, things will then become a bit more bullish, more so than they are, depending on what the overall market is doing. So if we can cross and sustain price above this 200-day moving average, the red line, I think we should see a decent pump for Moonbeam. Over the last few months, other tokens have been going absolutely parabolic, pulling 1, 2, 3x's, but we haven't seen that as yet from Moonbeam. So I think if we can cross over this 200-day moving average and sustain the price above that, I think we could be looking at some decent price action. And just having a look at this, we could see prices pump anywhere up to even, I don't know, this is probably about 84 cents in the short term. Obviously long term, I'm mega bullish about Moonbeam. To get back to all-time high prices, so Moonbeam have an all-time high price of, according to CoinGecko, $19.50. So at current price, that is just slightly over a 40x. So thinking about this year, even if we can pull a 5-10x this year, I think that is definitely in the realm of possibility and definitely worthwhile starting to accumulate some of these, and I'll keep building up my bags as time goes on. But that's all I wanted to share with you in this video. Hope you enjoy that, and I'll see you in the next video.